Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Guagua and Infi. This game taking place here on Turtle Rock. Here we are looking at Guagua spawning as the yellow orc on the south side of the map. He is going up against Infi, who has spawned as the purple orc on the north side of the map, but he did choose random. So Infi randomly getting orc to make this a mirror match here on Turtle Rock. It feels like it's been such a long time since I've played or cast a game on Turtle Rock, an oldie but a goodie of a map. As we're looking at barracks being placed down here, there's that altar of storms. Coming back around, there is an altar of storms, a burrow, no war mill as of yet. There it is, there's a war mill, and we may be getting a barracks off a little bit later. The question will now be is it going to be Farseer or if it's going to be Farseer or Blade Master type of opening. Now, on Turtle Rock, there are a lot of creep camps available. You're able to move around the map pretty quickly with a Blade Master, Farseer or Blade Master, and it is going to be a Blade Master with some early grunts. The Blade Master is able to easily take down this giant sea turtle and also this ogre warrior off over here, picking up claws of attack, slippers of agility relatively early on, and then making its rounds. Infi opting to go for a second orc burrow over a voodoo lounge, so it will be a bit of a delayed tech to tier 2. Meanwhile, we're looking at Guagua opening up with what seems to be a very fast tech to tier 2, opening up with a single orc burrow and Farseer not producing any production buildings as of yet. And then, well, with that faster tech to tier 2, may have access to the Shadow Hunter, Tauren Chieftain faster, and perhaps getting in some early raiders. Coming back around off to the north, there is that voodoo lounge being placed down there. Timing on it should be that the Blade Master is going to wander out here, perhaps sell a scroll of town portal, pick up a circlet of nobility, take down this ogre magi right here, while the Blade Master, well, dodges some of the damage from that one particular unit. All right, there's the sell, there's the pickup, and now we should be looking at a little bit of damage here. Perhaps Grunt is just simply going to run on by, and now going after the Forest Troll Trapper off on the other side. Now going after the Trapper here. This is actually a different positioning than I would have naturally expected, trying to take down the major units that deal damage first. All right, so this is going after an orange creep camp, only with a Blade Master and a Grunt here, and the one Forest Troll Trapper isn't getting out of the way. This is the first time I've actually seen this particular style there. Oh, but the Farseer of Guagua gets that last final hit. All right, Farseer has as much experience now as Blade Master has a little bit of experience there. Still trying to go after that unit once more. Blade Master at 96 experience. Meanwhile, Farseer sitting at 48. Not quite sure where the experience actually came from, as the units are now trying to retreat back. Was one of the ogre warriors was taken down, but that would have been a major boost for Infi if Infi was able to have that additional 40-some bit of experience, getting very close to level 2. Meanwhile, a Grunt able to push back this Farseer, as a lone Farseer without any Grunts or Headhunters really can't compete with a Blade Master and 2 additional Grunts. Tech to tier 2 has already begun for Infi. However, Guagua has a bit of a head start in that tech race. New creeping style 20 years into a map's life. Yeah, I have not seen that particular creeping style. And of course, it was Infi who had to showcase it to me. Going after the Forest Troll Trappers and removing the Ogre Magi and the Ogre Maulers from the fight to be able to take them down. If it wasn't for the harassment of Guagua could have perhaps been able to, well, Infi could have been able to completely clear out that creep camp relatively quickly. Blade Master still going after the Farseer here. Farseer may purposely aggro the creeps as it runs on by. No, decides not to. Summons up a new round of Spirit Wolves as the Blade Master now using Windwalk to try to close in on that distance. All right, little bit of damage still racking back up once more. Is the Ogre Magi going to get taken down? Yes, it looks like it is going to try and get taken down here. Blade Master does, in fact, have level 2, picks up a Ring of Regeneration, and now perhaps could try and go after the Farseer once more. Low hit point Grunt may be forced to retreat back. Blade Master regenerating hit points nicely and does have some additional healing salves if necessary to heal up those Grunts as well. But, well, one good play deserves another, and a Fire Lord as the follow-up hero for summons. And this is going to be very, very aggressive indeed. Tech to tier 2 is already done, and then with a Fire Lord picking up at the tavern, that is going to be a much faster second hero before the burrows are going to be ready at all. Shamans for Purge are going to be absolutely necessary. Spirit Wolves now making their rounds out as the Lava Spawns perhaps going to try and get in a bit of Pierce or a little bit of split damage. All right, are we going to get a surround here? What Lava Spawn's continuing that fight back and forth, trying to retreat back now. The Fire Lord looking to retreat back. Lava Spawn is going to be able to get in enough damage to get, or enough attacks off to get into that split, but it does not look like that will be the case as the Farseer and Headhunters are now coming back around. Lava Spawns continuing to make their way around the map here as we see the, creeps now aggroing here. Infi trying to go after this giant sea turtle creep camp as the, low hit point Lava Spawn, it just needs to get in some auto attacks. Is it going to get in those auto attacks? That is the question there, as the timing on that Lava Spawn ends up getting taken down, denied, in fact, as the Blade Master now tries to retreat back on home. All right, last sea turtle hatching will get taken down. This Lava Spawn has a chance of splitting, but there are no good items for that Fire Lord to get additional mana. Shadow Hunter already out here onto the battlefield, quickly getting a Hex off. However, Scroll of Speed now being used by the Fire Lord. But however, it looked like there was a no purge as of yet to try and break that, as the Scroll of Speed was used on both sides to try and catch up on that distance. Lava Spawns were able to get a little bit of a split off here, trying to rack up more damage, but those split Lava Spawns may inadvertently just end up giving more experience to Infi, as the Lava Spawns are now going their separate ways to try and, fall apart completely, as opposed to die at the hands of and giving experience. All right, continuing that pressure once more. More damage pushing back on through. Lava Spawn going to try and get in some damage as units are simply running by. We are now teching into tier 3 rather aggressively by Infi, as we're still looking at more shamans trying to be added to try and handle all of these summons. Just simply not enough mana on those shamans as of yet to constantly purge down not only the Spirit Wolves, but also these Lava Spawns. But this is just still a level 2, level 1 heroes pushing inside this base here, as the Blade Master now tries to retreat back here. Lava Spawn, Fire Lord quickly goes and uses that Cloak of Shadows and laughs about it as well, shaking off a bit of that damage. Meanwhile, Farseer could have a very, very bad day as well. Scroll of Town Portal now being used. Lava Spawn getting in a little bit of departing damage as it's going to be teleporting back on home. Lin Guagua taking a play out of the old playbook. And I got to explain the strategy from what I'm seeing. The strategy and playbook here is having your heroes synergize with your units by having no apparent synergy. You can take a look at this. There is a Fire Lord and Farseer. Both of them are intelligence or pretty much summon-based heroes. And by using summon-based heroes, we see that Shaman are being trained up, and that's why the Spirit Lodge was down. Well, back at home, he actually went for multiple hungry Kodos instead. And this is reminiscent back to, I believe, 2009, 2008, where a lot of the Orc Mirror matches was hungry Kodos and towers. And that's what we're seeing here. Peons now being brought over for those watchtowers, and hungry Kodos for grunts who try and engage. This is just looking absolutely strange if you haven't been in the meta for many years, but that's exactly what's happening here, as the Kodo beasts are now trying to back away. All right, watchtowers, are they just going to end up getting canceled? It looks like they are getting canceled here. A bunch of ensnares going down. Watchtower after watchtower is falling, but more watchtowers could be placed down. Just constantly canceling those watchtowers may be a better call, as we can see multiple Kodos. Only one Kodo with something in its belly, or two Kodos with something in its belly. Now one Kodo in its belly, as they're trying to slowly digest all of these units. All right, trying to get off another in what devour it. There you go. There goes another, but a quick purge onto that Kodo beast. That Kodo beast is trying to retreat back away. It could end up getting taken down. There it goes, but gets devoured back immediately once more. So 9 supply in the belly of the beast, so to speak, as the Blade Master now gets up to level 3. 3 Kodos eating up so many of those units. Watchtower could get pressured down here, and get canceled as we're looking at new watchtowers being placed down all across. Blade Master does have a healing salve going. That's quickly going to get, well, thrown off, as well as more watchtowers coming back across, trying to slowly digest all of that damage. There goes another purge. Kodo Beast could easily get taken down as the Kodo Beast is going to end up losing its lunch. It looks as it is going to be a bit of denial, but the Grunt, is it going to be able to make its way back out? No, it does not, but still not yet at level 2 on either of these heroes. All right, watchtowers now engaging a little bit as well, going to be able to start poking damage onto the barracks. The barracks going to be a little bit of problems, as we may need to see some, well, demolishers join in on this fight. All right, you don't need all of your Kodos in order to win this fight here. There was just enough to do a bit of an offset, as the headhunters are now transitioning away. Raiders trying to throw down a couple of ensnares to take down some of those shaman, perhaps. Meanwhile, Hungry Kodo is looking to retreat back. There are enough raiders down as well to ensnare some of those units, as we are now transitioning away from grunts. Watchtower off on the far side as well, doing a little bit of poke damage, making it difficult for Infi to operate, as there just isn't that much room available across the map. Watchtower, I believe, is just going to be out of range here, as the burrows are going to be able to engage pretty freely once more. All right, new watchtower being added in. Who's going to be fighting under the cover of those watchtowers? That is the question there, as the Fire Lord now tries to shut down the Voodoo Lounge, which is an important building. You can see a new barracks and a new Voodoo Lounge already being built in the back. All right, both sides continuing the fight there. There goes an ensnare onto the Blade Master. Blade Master, however, just going to be sitting back. He does have Bloodlust. Blade Master with Bloodlust is a very fast attack speed indeed, as the Kodos are just simply waiting to perhaps eat another target here in just a moment. All right, there goes a couple of ensnares. Headhunters have a little bit of range. Kodo Beast could have a very, very bad day. Is it going to try and back away? Blade Master comes across, gets in some big burst damage, as we're looking at one low hit point Grunt. Should just get taken down. It gets taken down, giving level 2 to the Farseer now. Level 2 Farseer Headhunters continuing to be able to poke away those Kodo Beasts. This Kodo Beast actually representing a lot more damage now, since it's the only one and being able to provide that command aura. All right, a little bit of damage coming back around. Kodo Beast needs to heal. There are 3 watchtowers here, a couple of raiders ready to push on in, and it looks as though Guagua has the larger army and is in a position to try and put down the pressure. He is, however, behind in hero level, as the Shadow Hunter is nearing closer to level 3 as well. All right, gonna run on in here. Raiders gonna attempt to take down the Orc Burrow. Lava spawns are here. In comes a little bit of damage. Ensnare going down on the Blade Master. Blade Master also has an Orb of Lightning. Will be able to, well, proc Purge onto some of those summons as well, as the Blade Master constantly getting ensnared and taking damage. Meanwhile, the one Demolisher in the very, very far back, able to, well, demolish things, so to speak, as the Demolisher here is also attempting to take down Orc Burrows. Orc Burrows could fall pretty regularly and consistently. We do have some peons here, but they are not actually trying to repair any of these buildings either, as we're looking at a little bit of damage come across here. Peon should be really auto repairing, as the Shadow Hunter now gets up to level 3. Well, more Bloodlust on those headhunters to move in and out of combat. The one Demolisher trying to perhaps get in a little bit of a maneuvering room to be able to launch some attacks against that Orc Burrow again. All right, more damage against the Orc Burrow, and also that fortress attacking the ground between those 2 targets once more, and that may be enough to really put in a bit of pressure, as we see repairs are underway. All right, a little bit of damage here. Kodo Beast wants something to devour, and in comes the Blade Master, going to try to dive on in. There's a quick ensnare, but the Demolisher walks the wrong way, as a Raider got in its way as well. New Demolisher there to take its place, but you cannot constantly be training up these Demolishers like this. You need to hold on to the units that you've got and keep them alive. These peons should really have been on auto repair to keep the Demolisher at full hit points constantly. All right, more engagement back and forth. Farseer sitting at level 2, getting pressured here, gets purged, gets hexed, potion of healing, and now, well, scroll of speed being used once more. Demolisher continuing the attacks here, as that Orc Burrow could get taken down. Level 2 now on the Fire Lord, and level 2 Fire Lord, well, with that Soul Burn ability, could cause problems for that Blade Master as well. Demolishers, is it just attacking ground? I believe it is just attacking ground right now, and now needs to move off into a further target, perhaps taking down some additional Orc Burrows as well from a range. All right, we can see witch doctors are now out onto the battlefield. It is only an adept witch doctor or initiate witch doctor, meaning that it only has those sentry wards, no stasis traps or healing wards either. As the repairs really need to get underway. The peon needs to continue to repair more as orc burrows are being added. I don't know if I quite agree with this. There is not much room for Lin Guagua to operate on this side either. So actually building an orc burrow here could be a major problem. All right, 147 critical strike there, taking down that demolisher as a new one comes across to try and takes its place. Blade Master could have a very, very bad day. Healing Wave trying to keep that Blade Master alive, as well as Scroll of Speed now trying to retreat back. Infi now with 2 demolishers to 1 and should be able to break out of this siege containment here in just a second. Blade Master continuing to fight its way through Chain Lightning. However, the Blade Master gets another heal, and Blade Master doesn't get a heal. Blade Master falls at level 3. I was looking at the wrong health point bar as the Blade Master falls at level 3. That is a major, major problem, as the Demolishers may be able to push on in much more readily since they don't have to worry about that sudden burst damage coming across from the other units. All right, Demolishers need to go ahead and get in some damage there, but we are going to be looking at some repairs on Infi's Demolishers to keep them alive. All right, one demolisher off over here. That demolisher is not being repaired. I repeat, not being repaired, as the Ultra of Storms could actually get pressured quite a bit. All right, the watchtower is also taking a bit of damage here. Are we perhaps going to be going into some ensnares? And there goes ensnares onto some of those units as the demolisher unable to retreat back. Firelord going to end up finishing things off. Peons doing a great job repairing many of these units as the Kodo Beast gets taken down again. All right, Kodo Beast is now currently eating up a Berserker. That's going to slowly get digested. We're looking at the Ultra of Storms. It could end up getting bursted down here in just a second. The Headhunters trying to finish things off. More damage. One more attack shouldn't be enough, as the Blade Master doesn't look like it will be able to make its way back out. Level 4 onto the Shadow Hunter, though, as the Demolisher gets taken out. Units still trying to engage here. Still one Demolisher left for Infi to try and break this siege containment. 42 supply compared to 36. Blade Master, Clarity Potion now onto that Farseer. Firelord not really able to do very much of anything either. Meanwhile, down to the south here, a new Demolisher joining in on the ranks again, as we're looking at the Demolisher constantly taking in quite a bit of pressure, as it has nowhere to go because of those ensnares. All right, there goes the Demolisher again, as the Farseer now looks to retreat back. Raider or Peons are doing a good job repairing, as they should be, and now setting up a new watchtower off to the side. 25 supply army compared to 30 overall supply, 42 to 38. Blade Master is not getting resurrected. No Altar of Storms being built. No Altar of Storms being built off to the side. Infi has no way to get over to the tavern, and that is the problem that we're seeing here, as more engagements coming back across. Headhunters, new watchtower being placed down, and this long siege. Infi trying to make sure that, if he can find Ling Guagua making a mistake, that is going to be huge. And what is this? Ling Guagua now trying to change things up, making sure that it is supply blocking the issue before the Blade Master can make its way back out. But it looks as though the Blade Master can still be trained up, at least if it does its moment or does it quickly. As the second Demolisher now joining back in on the fight again. 2 Demolishers off over here. Blade Master not yet getting resurrected, and still another Demolisher, if it is actually engages in the battle, could take down the Orc Burrow and stop the Blade Master from getting resurrected. More fighting getting across here. Healing Wave trying to save some of those lower hit point units. Raiders should really be trying to ensnare some of those units here, as the Demolishers are going to be engaging against each other again. There you are, going back at it once more. Demolishers need to be repaired, and still not sure what that Peon is trying to do. Perhaps trying to walk around to head over to that target and get some damage in, as the Blade Master is finally being resurrected, unable to take down those 2 Orc Burrows that Lin Guagua had his eyes on. All right, there goes in the repairs here. A lot of damage being added in once more. It does look like the Demolisher is going to end up finishing things off, taking down that. Does not finish it off there. Enough repairs heading back across multiply, as we are looking. I believe that was actually able to stay alive here. Firelord looking to back away again. A little bit more repairs coming back around. Thank you for the follow, as the Farseer still staying at level 2, but having no easy way to massively heal all of these units, as that one Demolisher able to continue to rack up a lot of that damage. All right, that one Orc Burrow completely was unnecessary in that position, actually closing things off. And this is perhaps a problem, Lin Guagua not having enough real estate to get the maneuvering and get into the proper position as the units are just dancing around themselves. Is Infi going to be able to capitalize on this enough? That is the question, as the peons are off over here auto-repairing these demolishers once more. All right, Bestiary going to be coming in to engage here. Firelord now trying to dive on in. There goes an ensnare, quickly going after the Demolisher. Demolisher represents a large amount of damage in that frontline spot. Meanwhile, we're looking at two Demolishers back over here, getting in some big splash damage onto some of those unarmored units. They could get taken down quickly. More repairs are underway. This Demolisher of Infi should be able to take down some units. No, a little bit of dodge while the units were in the air, as more damage still getting lobbed up. All right, back and forth. Firelord gets up to level 3. One Demolisher gets taken down, as this Demolisher of Infi has just trying to keep all of these units alive. 39 supply compared to 37. Lin Guagua actually starting to get low on supply here, as the Blade Master finally makes its way back out. Does Wind walk its way to break free, as we're trying to take down Infi's Voodoo Lounge. Infi's Voodoo Lounge represents so much additional hit points and items, as the units are now trying to retreat back once more under the cover of their own watchtowers, and Infi somehow hangs on once again. 47 supply compared to 39. More repairs are underway. The multiple demolishers have been taken down, and beautiful defense by Infi to keep this game alive. Level 4 Shadow Hunter getting very close to level 5. 2 level 3 Farseer Fire Lords now. Is that the sudden power boost that is needed? Any hope relies on the Shadow Hunter really getting up to level 5 to overcome the two now. Well, is it level 2 Spirit Wolves, or no, level 2 Chain Lightning that is starting to rack up a little bit more damage? All right, Demolisher trying to add in more damage here. Who's going to be able to attack well further and do it better? That is the question, as we're now looking at an engagement again. Demolishers, Burning Oil coming back across. Firelord, Farseer, well, peons attempting to keep this one Voodoo Lounge alive as well. Multiple sentry wards to keep track of things right in the middle. Not quite sure why you need to stack them, but perhaps the only thing to do once you have a Witch Doctor out in play. There is Dust of Appearance to try and keep track of all of those units here. All of the sentry wards are currently being revealed, and Watchtower finally has something to attack, but there it goes, trying to go after another one of those watchtowers there. Doesn't seem like it's going to really matter all of that much, as the sentry wards still, well, were temporarily revealed there. More engagements, double demolishers looking to retreat back again. 47 supply compared to 45. Lightning Shield now on the Blade Master, who's going to try and dive on in range of both watchtowers and a whole bunch of other units here. However, the Berserkers going straight after the Demolisher and able to take it down quickly. Berserkers now in Berserker Rage and Bloodlust, attacking or should be able to attack very quickly if they would actually try and engage there. All right, there's Scroll of Speed and Bloodlust. No Berserk just quite yet, as both sides are still fighting. 41 supply compared to 40. Demolisher looking to push through, as the Farseer and the Firelord still seeing that level 3 Shadow Hunter getting closer and closer to level 5, and level 3 Healing Wave would just be that much more profound, as the Blade Master would be able to dive on in and perhaps snipe down units and still be able to escape away with the Shadow Hunter's healing powers. All right, continuing to engage here. We're looking at one Raider about to get taken down. There goes one Raider. The second Raider could get taken down. Demolisher, Lightning Shield. However, it's not going to protect it long enough, as Purges are going across multiple units. Level 4 now on the Blade Master, as well as the Shadow Hunter getting closer to level 5 too. Blade Master with level 2 Windwalk and Critical Strike, pushing on in, getting in some damage. 165 Critical Strike, retreating back, and it looks like the tipping point has been reached. Infi looking able to hold on to this and come away with the victory here, as the Blade Master is now at level 4, able to burst down those units, as Lin Guagua loses his supply advantage. There is no more mining in the bases anywhere. What you see is what you get, short of trying to go after some creeps and perhaps get a little bit of experience there. All right, there's quite a bit of damage. However, is this going to be a complete reverse turnaround there? Level 5 now on the Shadow Hunter. Blade Master picks up an item, and that is going to be the game. Infi taking the opportunity to clear out a red creep camp, knowing that he just needs a little bit more experience for his Shadow Hunter. He picks up the Hood of Cunning, the agility and intelligence based item on the Blade Master, thereby increasing its damage even further. With that, Lin Guagua throws in the towel, trying to deal with a level 5 Shadow Hunter and a level 4 Blade Master with only 2 level 3 heroes, while his siege attempt failed. Beautiful, beautiful hold. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.